Hello, CNG 124. Welcome to the start of our third week. Um, let's see. Make sure that um, you're definitely reading those feedbacks. I should get through the grading today since I have a day off from work. Wrap up with the grading from last week, which I think it's only the activities. Um, and once again, for the activities, the assignment drop boxes are below the initial labs places. Oops, that one still has a date. Um, but make sure that you are going in there and basically just looking for the correct symbol and then drop it in there. Um, with this week's homework, we're going to start to mix um, binary counting and hexadecimal. So we're going to start to look at many different types of putting everything together and putting them in the um, correct, I wouldn't say correct order, but putting them in an order and saying, okay, well, this is why we have been learning to use binary and hex, and we're going to put that to a form factor. So with lab 3, we're going to be looking at classful A, B, and C addresses. When you are doing this lab, make sure that we're just going to deal with A, B, and C. So if you see anything outside of that norm, definitely mark that as, no and why. Um, and remember, when we're doing class A, B, and C, we only have a max number of a subnet mask, and this is where our workbook comes in handy too, because we're going to say, okay, the value has to be between this and this for class C or A, B, and C. The subnet mask will then have to reflect that, and then your network address, has to be a combination of the two, both your IP address and your subnet mask, and you get that by ANDing at this point. To get that network address. Make sure the biggest mistakes in lab 3 are not writing the no reason. So make sure you are doing that. What else are we learning this week? I think that's really it. We're learning, actually putting, like I said, the binary together, mixing in with a little bit of the hex last week with the MAC addresses. But this week, really just taking a look at how everything fits together, and you get an idea of how internet addressing works. Let's see, Lab 7137. That usually takes the longest to get. You were really timed on that one, so if you do come across that one and it is giving you a headache, just realize that it does take practice to start to learn unicast, broadcast, multicast, and a lot of questions I get with that one is how many have I ever seen a multicast deployment? Usually multicast is really just an additional IP that your computer has to talk to a network that is only accessed by a couple other computers. And the best way I can say that is if you have a, let me see this scenario. Say you're working at a diner. There's a credit card machine, and then the credit card machine system, and then the regular system that has like the computers, the printers of the restaurant. Well, that point of sale system will be operating on that other network, that other IP address scheme, where it's just a specific network designed to talk to only a few machines, and kind of keep it private without putting everything on that initial first network. And you'll get a better idea of this when you look at that lab as unicast, multicast, and broadcast examples. It does show just a little bit better when you're doing that reading. If you have any questions this week, make sure to reach out to Google Hangouts, and I'll talk to you again.